Hi, good afternoon. I'm Mina, and I'm so honored to be with you today to present the Barbara Yaroslavsky Award to the incomparable, I called you incomparable, Nancy Kirshner-Rodriguez. My mother lived her Jewish values every day of her life and brought them to bear on her work serving the many, many communities she cared about. She took seriously the saying from Pirkei Avot that it is not our duty to complete the work, but neither are we free to desist from it. My mother did not desist from the work, if you knew her. There is not a moment in my life that I can remember her not chairing a board or serving on a committee, or as Lynn said, saying yes to all of the many ways she could make her communities better. And she did this for most of her 71 years, and I fully believe she was organizing even at a young age, maybe in her Girl Scout troop. She did this not for the glory or the recognition, but not even from a place of ego, but from a deep sense of wanting to make the world a better place, to tikkun olam. My mother did not desist from the work. She did the work, of course. But here's what else. She knitted together community wherever she was. Whether on the medical board, the Saban Clinic, or here at JPAC, she led as a mentor, a connector, and a friend. 3 years ago, I was here, not in this exact room, another ballroom in the city, with my dad for the first time since her death to award this award. I want to tell you one of the most moving things of that day was hearing from each of you the way that my mom had an impact on your lives. Of course, many of you talked about serving on those boards and commissions, but an equal number shared personal anecdotes about how she mentored you through a career change, or helped your kids think about college, or met you regularly for coffee to talk through the issues of the day. This is the work underneath the work of building deep and lasting relationships with so many of you in this room and beyond, of connecting needs with solutions, both on the macro level, the community level, and the micro relational one-on-one level. For my mom, this is what it was all about. Which brings me to this year's award recipient, Nancy Kirshner-Rodriguez. Nancy embodies many of these same qualities and strengths that my own mother brought to her leadership. For those of you in the room who have had the great blessing to know Nancy, this award comes as no surprise. Trusted friends and colleagues have shared that Nancy reminds them a lot of my mom in bringing her own Jewish values to her own civic leadership. Nancy has been and continues to be dedicated to improving the communities that she cares about. Whether as president of the Californians Dedicated to Education Foundation, or as an advisory council member for Emerge America, or in service to the National Council of Jewish Women, or JCRC, or as president of the San Francisco Commission on the Status of Women, Nancy, too, has stepped up to do the work. And Nancy's accomplishments, you can read them in her official bio. They do go on, and I'm very impressed. But here's what else. Nancy is dedicated to lifting others up. She is committed to building community. She loves to mentor people and is particularly skilled, I hear, at lending a listening ear to those who need it. Nancy, too, weaves community. As the Pirkei Avot teaching states, it's not our duty to complete the work. Lo alecha, it's not on us. My mom knew this, but she stepped up anyway. You all have stepped up anyway. Nancy has stepped up anyway. And in moments like these, I want to encourage us to be reminded of those in our midst who pick up the baton and run, who step up to do the work. Nancy, it is my great honor to present to you the Barbara Yaroslavsky Award. And I just, for a split second, want to say that even after her death, my mom has built community by bringing us together, and I'm looking forward to continuing that connection. Thank you for all you do in the community and for the community, and thank you for giving me the opportunity to share and remember her legacy today. Please join me in congratulating Nancy.
so much.
Thank you.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mina. Thank you to everyone here at JPAC. And I know of your mother, they said it was her passion for equity and access that drove her. And so when I read that, I was like, what more could I think of? And your dad said Barbara loved people, she loved taking care of people, and she loved being with people. And I felt like that describes me. When I received the call that I had been selected to receive the Barbara Yaroslavsky Award for Civic Leadership, honestly, I cried. I cannot think of a recognition I would be more honored to receive than one from, as Assembly Member Laura Friedman said last night, my people. And JPAC embodies all I believe in and care about. And as I look back and look forward, I think I just always wanted to do things that make change happen. I tell people that my life thus far can be split into three distinct parts. New York, where I was born and raised, Washington, D.C., where I cut my whatever and like stumbled and grew and learned, and then California. And a guiding premise that it is up to each of us to do tikkun olam, to make change happen, and to always speak up and speak out. My grandfather came to the U.S. at 6 from what is now the Ukraine, and somehow became a lawyer committed to family, community, and kindness. And I learned so much from him at a young age. And then my synagogue taught me embrace, lift up, educate. And though I have only been to Israel once, and it was right before the Sinai was returned to Egypt, which obviously reveals my age, Israel, for me, embodies resilience and perseverance. But I can truly say that it is in California that I have always felt embraced. From my first visit here to San Francisco in 1984, where I witnessed and lived history in the making when a woman was first selected to be on the presidential ticket. And by the way, a woman named Nancy, I always like to find the Nancys, was chair of the host committee. And of course, she, Speaker Pelosi, perseveres every day, even now. To my many jobs, my first boss in DC, who was the highest ranking woman in the Democratic Party, who taught me to see how local government, and particularly county government, was close to people and made a difference every day for those who most needed the help. And in 1992, I said to my partner in life, Sam Rodriguez, thank you for being here today, honey. If a short Jewish woman who was originally from New York was the nominee for US Senate in California, I had to work for her. So that's what I did. So there have been a lot of people that have influenced me, strong Jewish women, from my mother, my single mother who raised my brother and I, and my grandma Ruth, to so many women in this room, to my sisters here today, Jessica B., Erin, Gia, Jessica T., Lynn, and of course, Nancy Goldberg, and then there's many others. In DC, I always believed I could make a difference every day. Working at places like HUD and the Labor Department gave me a window to know we could always help individuals. Guiding spirit and involvement, and to do what it takes to embrace and be embraced by others. And that brought me to my third quarter in California, where I have been able to live and continue to work as a strong, committed Jewish woman. I truly prefer to be a connector and a facilitator, and to see young women moving forward. I've had some amazing jobs. I even worked with Jason Elliott when he was 10, like when Gavin Newsom was mayor in San Francisco. I served on the Jewish Community Relations Council and on the JFCS Public Policy Committee, and I was blessed for 4 years to run the State of California Commission on the Status of Women and Girls. And so today, I thank all of you. I look forward to being active today and making our case to all the members of the Assembly. David, it's amazing to see like this room now and all the people that have come. And I have to say, these days I truly am most proud of the titles Mom, Spouse, and Friend. So thank you.